Baller here. This is now the second game for today, March 14, 2023. This is the game between Detroit Pistons and Washington Wizards, which will happen at around 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be 7 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. By the way, the spread that is given is minus 11.5, and that's actually given towards the home team, Washington Wizards. Now, before we proceed, let's go ahead and check on the standings and the rankings of both of these teams. Washington Wizards, they are at number 11, so they badly need this win. With the record of 31 wins and 37 losses, they are half a game behind the number 10 team, Chicago Bulls. So they really want and need this, this win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. For Detroit Pistons, they are at number 15, dead last in the East, with a record of 16 wins and 53 losses. Washington Wizards, they would have the home court advantage on this. In terms of fatigue, Washington Wizards would also have the advantage because Detroit Pistons played last night against Indiana. Now, in terms of momentum, Detroit Pistons, they came off a win because they actually defeated Indiana Pacers big time last night. While Washington Wizards, they are on a 3-game losing slump approaching this game. So, a slight advantage should be given to Detroit Pistons because of that win that they had. Now, if you guys would also want to check on the forms of these two teams, the Washington Wizards, they have won 3 out of their last 10 games, and Detroit, they have only won once out of their last 10. So, Washington Wizards ain't really that far behind, Now, let's take a look at the availability of the players and the health of both teams. For Washington Wizards, we have 3 players questionable for them: Johnny Davis, Taj Gibson, and Kyle Kuzma. While for Detroit Pistons, they have a lot of players listed down here. Let's start with those who are unavailable or who are out: Marvin Bagley, Hamidou Diallo, and Isaiah Stewart. So 3 players are confirmed out, and we have Bogdan Bogdanovic, Alec Burks, and Jaden Ivey, all listed as questionable. So we have 3 players out, 3 players questionable for Detroit Pistons. So in terms of health, Washington Wizards would still have the advantage. All right, so this is a bit tricky because just like what we saw last night, Detroit Pistons actually took care of Indiana Pacers, and they even defeated Indiana Pacers by double digits. You know what I'm saying? Now in here, Washington Wizards, they are expected to win because number 1, they need to win. Number 2, they are the better team. We all know that. And number 3, they have all the advantages, like they are at home, they are well rested, and all those stuff. It's just that you try to stop and pause and think about it because of the spread. The spread that is given is 11.5, and again, Detroit Pistons, they had a very good win last night, and it makes you wonder, would Washington Wizards be able to do that? And again, that's a very tough question. Especially with Wizards, for Kuzma, he's listed as questionable, so we ain't sure whether Wizards would have Kuzma services for this one. This one's tough, but I'm gonna go with Washington Wizards, man. I don't want to overthink stuff. Detroit Pistons won last night because of the fact that Indiana Pacers, they were also banged up. Detroit was banged up, Indiana Pacers was banged up, but Washington Wizards ain't. I know I said they might not be having Kuzma services, but they would have KP, they would have Porzingis, they would have Bradley Beal, they would have Gafford, they would have other players who can actually score, and not only score but give them the rebounds and the defense that they need. So I think the Washington Wizards should also be able to utilize the advantages that they have, like the home court advantage, and that the Detroit Pistons must be a bit tired coming off that game. So my pick on this one would be Washington Wizards with a minus 11.5 on it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Wizards would actually do what Detroit did to Indiana Pacers last night. Again, that's Washington minus 11.5. Peace out. Pasay love, and God bless.